So, these, yeah. Sometimes things that are extremely popular uh, tend to be, well, kind of shit, or at least mediocre. Sometimes the masses tend to fucking get some sort of a herd mentality where you just follow the one in front, and everybody thinks shit is awesome, when in fact it's actually not. A great example of that would be, let's say, TikTok. That shit sucks donkey balls, and it's objectively a bad idea, but yet it's extremely popular. And why it's popular, you can kind of see why, but it's still shit. But this HD6XX, these are extremely goddamn popular. I think they still are. They're not selling these new anymore. I didn't double check that. They're pretty. I mean, they're not the newest cans. They're based off of the 650, if I'm not mistaken. One of the 600 series of the Sennheisers. But, and I don't have actual exact numbers, so to speak, but I am pretty sure that the way I understand it, these are extremely goddamn popular. To such an extent where hi-fi, it's either hi-fi or FIO, one of the two, legitimately brought out a version of a specific amp that has been popular for them, with literally the name of this on the fucking amp, saying it's been tuned to accommodate these cans specifically. And now you kind of get the feeling that if a company that almost exclusively makes amps for headphones start putting the name of a specific headphone on one of their amps, I mean, you won't do that unless it's financially viable. So yeah, these are extremely popular. I like them. I'm going to preface this by saying I like them. My brain didn't explode, but I can 100% see why this has such a mass appeal. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Obviously, we should probably just check and see what's in the box. Okay, so the unboxing experience is kind of interesting, in the sense that it's extremely OP, and some people will say unnecessary, but it's pleasant. It's pleasant. So this is the inner box. We'll just quickly show the outer box, because I'm not putting it back in the outer box because it's a very tight fit and it's a bit of a bitch to get it in and out. But there we go. Extremely simplistic, I'd say. You know what you're getting. You get the drop. You get the Sony fucking collaboration, and there we go. That's the entire box on the outside. But on the inside, you get this. This is a extremely over fucking manufactured type of a hard shell with a fancy fucking hinges type of thing, and when you open it opens up as such. There you go. That's a nice it's a nice presentation. I'm gonna give him that. Nice presentation. And then it's just, there we go. There, those are the cans. Nice, actually very stiff foam, but it keeps its shape, and you can remove it, so you can use this for other shit if you wanted to. And then you get this cable with it. I'm not removing the cable tie, because fuck it. This is the epitome of 3 Mile Island. Okay, it's extremely goddamn long, and it's just a cable. It's just that. There's nothing special here. It's just a cable. It has the pretty silly proprietary connectors. It has the silly proprietary connectors right there. This is just a cable that comes with your fucking cans. So I don't really care about these, but one cool thing is, and I tested these and these work. The guy I bought it from, again, secondhand, said that the cans that it came with got damaged by the dog. And I was like, okay, that kind of sucks. But he was like, no, don't worry about it, because I'm sending you some aftermarket cables with it. Let's just put that right there. Not that you can really see the logo, but it's kind of etched in there. Then this guy, and it was an extremely good price, in South African rupees. He gave me these cables with it, so I'm pretty sure most people, if you're in the know, you'll know. Heart audio. Heart, like in fucking the pumping heart. This is an extremely awesome cable. Like it's so soft, fabricy. It feels kind of not completely filled to the brim, and it's so, I don't know. It's kind of limpy but not jank, and it kind of, it never kinks. It never fucking kinks, and it terminates to this little. Looks like some sort of a mini XLR type of thing, where this terminates to a 3.5 mil, but it gets even better, because I got all of this inside this little box. So, yeah, let me just fucking open this up. And inside, other than, the standard, oh, this is a fucking sticker. Okay, I'm gonna stick that definitely somewhere. You get 2 extra fucking adapters. It will be a full XLR adapter. I'm pretty sure this should be balanced. I'll double check that. And then you get the actual balanced 4.4 millimeter Pentacon, which is awesome. Like this shit, this is just fucking nice. I mostly use the 3.5 and the XLR because I do not have a 4.4 fucking balanced out on any of my amps as yet. I do have this. I'm going to talk about this little thing more. This has a balanced out, which is kind of cool, but it's a 2.5 mil balanced. That doesn't work, so I need an adapter for that as well. But either way, I wouldn't recommend probably paying this much, because I can't assume this was cheap. So I wouldn't recommend paying this much for it. But I mean, if your cable was damaged, which it wasn't. I think I forgot to mention, he said the dog fucked his up. I tested those. They're fine. So I don't know. Maybe replace that as well. But I don't know if I would recommend them going so OP, because again, this can't be cheap, but it's oh so goddamn nice. It's just fucking it feels so premium and so fucking tasty. So yeah, this has made the overall experience with these headphones so much more pleasurable. Even though they're already pretty fucking good cans, this just makes it better. And this is a fucking intensely premium feeling fucking, packaging. So, oh yeah, and then you get the, he didn't remove it from this. I'm not going to remove the fucking literature from this. You can go read it on the shitter, who cares? So yeah, that's it. I'm going to remove this cable here. Oh my, you're so nice. So fucking nice. So yeah, there we go. That's what's in the box, and also what's not. Buying things secondhand is just fucking awesome. You always get these little, just 1 or 2 times you get these little gems that just fucking makes it all the more worth. Like if you were to buy it new, it would have been fucking at least 3 times the amount. And I mean, they're already fucking burned in, so to speak, and they're fine. But that is something we're gonna have to cover in build and feel. These, there's not really much to say in regards to that. The one thing that stands out pretty clearly, I don't think it stands out on camera, but with the still I took, it's really, it's very, noticeable. It's not black. It's this weird bluish color over here, where by the yolks. And overall, because the normal ones, if I'm not mistaken, I don't own any 600 series cans, but I'm pretty sure they're all black. So I don't know if this is some sort of way to try and distinguish them, other than the fact that it straight up just says 6XX, on the side. The way I understand it, it's a bit of a... They kind of take the original and, they cheapen it up a bit. That's kind of what Drop does, but very tastefully and still with quality in mind. But they try to put a set of 650s or whatever in the hands of the everyday consumer without having to pay that price. And they tend to take, let's say, for example, not so much legacy drivers, but older ones, and then put it into the more updated shell, so to speak. So as far as the look goes, they look pretty much, I mean, if you've seen a pair of 600 S series, 650s, 660s, 600s, whatever, you'll immediately know what this is. This is a 600 series. It's got the exposed, extremely open back fucking driver, and with this nice pattern, inside, holding the driver in place. And they use a very hard metal mesh, and on both sides. And there's a lot of plastic here. Like, this is definitely metal. But overall, it's plastic fucking season over here. But it doesn't feel cheap. It's a sturdy kind of build. It doesn't inspire epic premiumness at all. But it doesn't feel brittle in the sense that it's gonna break and shit. I'm pretty sure you can drop these, and they should be fine. In this regard, they open up quite a bit, and that's a metal band right there with the clicky. I don't know if it comes up on the mic, but with the clicky, just to know how far you've been pulling them out. So they fit quite well. They can fit pretty much any size goddamn head. The clamping force is not loose yet. It's not very loose, but I wouldn't call it extremely firm. Granted, these have been worn in a bit because they are secondhand. The pads are just, again, generic, soft enough, pleathery type of pads, and they're fine. They look like, they've withstood time quite well. I was told by the previous owner that they're around about 18 months or so before I got them. And yeah, and then you get like the top band, which is extremely soft, this nugget type of deal, but it's one piece that just like dents in the middle, and it's extremely soft. Overall, the feel of these on your head, it's fine. I can easily wear these for quite some time. The top band is again very plasticky with the Sennheiser branding on top. Something I think I mentioned in the what's in the box, but I never really elaborated on that too much, is the proprietary goddamn connector. Mine specifically has this weird thing in that on the left side, for the first, say, minute or so, it feels like there's this connection drop and stuff like that. Just one fucking second. I just want to close this fucking window. Anyway, there's this connection droppy type of feel on the left-hand side, but then you just give it a minute. Because if it's seated, it's kind of, it's keyed in a sense, where it's plugged in. You can't wiggle it around, much. So it's definitely seated in place. No, don't you just chill. And again, yeah, I mean, what can you fucking say? Proprietary goddamn connectors, they suck, but it's a thing. And that's why you can't really just get just some cables. You need to get something for this. Not specifically just this, but all the 600 series, the way I have it, as far as I understand, use the same connector. It's like this twin little forky thing that connects to, and hopefully it never breaks the connector itself inside, because then you're kind of fucking screwed. I'm pretty sure about that, because the connector itself on the cable side, that feels like it can be pretty damn brittle, and those pins can be easily bent. You can just see that. So hopefully that doesn't happen. So as stated, not brittle, not flimsy, but just mind yourself when plugging them in and out. Because it's a bit of a fucking tight fit once they go in easily, but getting them out, it feels like they're latched in some sort of fucking way. But it's removable. That's awesome. And I'm pretty sure you can run these balanced because, well, I mean, Hard Audio kind of made balanced fucking cables. And it just makes sense for them to be able to be balanced. The twin fucking connectors kind of makes you think, positive, negative, for each side by themselves. So I'm pretty sure that these can definitely go balanced. I don't even doubt that for a second. Overall build and feel, they don't feel cheap, and they don't feel premium either. They feel very much in the middle, so to speak. I'm pretty sure if I held a pair of actual 600, 650s, they would feel a bit better. But that's just me speculating. I don't fucking know. But they do feel like they're catering to a more widespread clientele, with the price being considerably less than what a standard 600, 650, 660, 660S would be. So yeah, overall, I'm fine with it. The build and feel, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with this. It feels like I'm kind of underwhelmed or not like extremely excited about it because there's not much to say in regards to the build and feel. They're just a pair of 600s, you know, cheapened a bit, but not to the extent where you're going to be disappointed about them. So yeah, there we go. Build and feel. I'm thinking the more important thing, and that what actually makes these so popular than they are, is how they sound. So let's get to the sound. Um, Quick disclaimer: this is the next day. The lighting might look a bit different, shit like that, because I had to stop recording because I had family members coming over and kind of misjudged the timing. So I hate really re-recording stuff, but they're family. It's chill. It's chill. Anyway, so as far as the sound goes, I'd say this has a extreme mass market appeal. Now, when I'm saying this, you'd probably think I'm saying, the standard kind of V-shaped type of sound that, the majority of people tend to like, me included as well. But no. More of a mass market audiophile level of appeal, in the sense that they're basically pretty damn flat. But there's anyway, there's this emphasis on the mid-range. It almost an extreme emphasis on mid-range. And I'm to understand, given all, the videos and reviews I've watched of all the 600 series, including these, tend to be a 600 series sound signature, which kind of leads to it really emphasizing extreme good quality vocals, which again makes a lot of sense with these. And that's why I'm kind of saying audiophile mass market appeal. I can most definitely see why people who like to listen to music loves these, and especially again, given the price in accordance to what standard 600 series would cost, this just makes a lot of goddamn sense. But let's go through. Let's call it the triad of the layman manner of describing sound. So, in the sense, main three characteristics: low, medium, and high range. Let's start from the bottom this time. We started from the bottom, and now we're fucking here. So, as far as the low end goes, with or without my EQ, but with my EQ a bit more so, there's a decent slam in the low end. There's not a rumble, so to speak, but there's a nice low end. So, for example, let's say you get some orchestral shit that usually tends to have like low cello sounds and shit like that. That comes through very, very well, but then you get like electronic levels of rumble bass. It tends to fall back a bit. But overall, a very pleasing bass line. Like I said in the beginning, it's a very flat type of sound, so everything across the board is merely just fine. It's good to fine. But the mids, I'm going to get back to the mids because, again, like I said, extremely mid-focused. The highs, extremely pleasing. These have been described by a lot of fucking reviewers, and this includes some of the 600 series, as being a warm set. But I think these especially, not that I've ever heard any other 600 series headsets of headphones, so I can't really, commentate on that. But when people say this has a warm sound, 100 fucking percent. It's true. The high end never ever reaches a fucking point where it gets fatiguing and not even close to a sibilant sound. Like, there's just nothing you can throw at it where, like, even extremely screamy metal shit, it never gets fatiguing. You can wear these, especially when listening to music, for hours on end without feeling, yeah, that's the word, fucking fatiguing. You don't get tired because nothing is inherently intrusive in any of the ranges. So with the mids, these have a way of emphasizing vocals in such a way that sounds kind of amazing. Most people will say it's an extremely natural vocal sound. I'm not going to say that. These things make vocals sound almost a bit uncanny valley-ish to me. Like, if people were live on stage and they sounded like the way this reproduces vocals, it would be a bit... That's just a bit too nice, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm describing this wrong, but vocals is just so goddamn nice on this. It's not extremely analytical or, precise, so to speak, and very extreme high-end, high-level vocals. I'm just gonna pull someone at random, Nicole, a German artist. She tends to get up to those the high ranges. Doesn't so much emphasize her and people in that range, but overall, standard mid-level male and female vocals just sound so goddamn awesome. Ooh, it's really difficult to describe. And that's why I think this works so well. Yeah, you can put on, music like electronic music and shit like that, and it's gonna sound fine. It's gonna be fun, but really, just get yourself some vocally fucking music and listen to these. It's weird how a dynamic driver can kind of do this, because you kind of feel like this should be more of a planar type of characteristic, but that shit's just awesome. One thing. So yeah, that's part out of the way. So I guess one needs to criticize somewhere, and this is not so much of a critique as a weirdness anomaly that I discovered. So what I like to do, especially when I play with the bros, let's say play some Dota, I like to listen to some music very soft in the back end, just extremely soft. I just need to fucking barely hear it. So the music sound, the game sounds, and the microphone sounds of the Discord needs to obviously be way and above. Oh yeah, and by the way, again, vocals over Discord for some reason sounds cooler on this. But again, depending on the mic that they use. If they use a shitty mic, then it just doesn't matter. The game sounds. Now this could only be Dota, but I've seen this on Witcher as well. Even though Witcher is a more of a has this kind of a magical, immersive type of feel that it needs to give you. Where in Dota, and let's say for example, games like Call of Duty and stuff like that, where you really need to be able to distinguish between sounds and stuff like that, and it doesn't lack in that, but it sounds different. I don't know how to explain it. Every single goddamn can I use, because I rotate a lot. This sounds so different that I'm struggling to like it. Where when I listen to music, this shit is just awesome. But the moment I go into Dota, I'm gonna emphasize Dota specifically, and I don't think it's a game thing because all the others sound fine. Sound not so much the announcements in the game, but the actual sound effects. Spells being cast, hits being blown and shit like that sounds different and somewhat far away. And I'm not going to say that these have this extreme soundstage. Not at all. They're not the most intimate, but they're not fucking 820s or, fucking LCD2 Classics type of soundstage. But it's just something weird I noticed. I could be wrong. Maybe these are just the best fucking gaming headphones ever, and my brain is struggling to compute. That could be the fucking case. But that being said, there's not a fucking saying that this is bad in that case. That could just be me. Overall, I would limit these to be listening to music fucking cats. That's what I would do with these, because it just works. It doesn't really matter what fucking genre you throw at them. It's just awesome. And with the comfort and everything, it's awesome. And it does really well with that fucking, again, I keep forgetting the goddamn word. I want to say spatial audio shit, where it plays around with the left and the right shit. And the sound positioning around you. These things do that fucking awesome. Like really trippy levels of fucking awesome. And again, it feels weird saying that about a dynamic for me, because it could be that I'm so enamored with the whole planar thing, and I like planar so much that sometimes when I think, it's just something in my brain that knowing how a planar works and how a dynamic works, it feels like dynamic shouldn't be able to do this shit. So it's always kind of amazing to me when a dynamic does this. Yeah, I don't know, there's just not much else to say, I guess. I'm going to keep repeating myself. The sound on these are very Very good. Well, what the fuck is this? Very good. If you like to just chill, listen to fucking music at any goddamn volume, because there's no real point where these become like, oh my god, my ears are not gonna completely explode. You can listen to these at higher volumes that tend to become unhealthy, and they still sound nice, which is a bit scary. So please just look, just care and watch what volumes you listen to your music, because I'm kind of the type of person where I feel if you need to up the volume extremely high in order to appreciate your fucking music, then you got shitty cans or speakers. Like, good quality fucking headphones doesn't need extreme volume levels for you to be able to enjoy them. So yeah, final summation, great music cans. Really awesome music cans. And if you like vocally shit, fucking you do this, you get the vocal fucking cans. These are, let's call these the voice cannons. Other things are bass cannons. DT990s are fucking high level screeching in your fucking ear holes cannons. These are the voice cannons. So yeah, that's the fucking sound. I think we should probably wrap this up with power and conclusion. So first we're going to start off with the power. The power is actually extremely simple on these. Spec sheet indicates 300 ohm. And in the industry, we call that plug it into a goddamn amp. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't care if you as a reputable fucking reviewer, Sister Williams, ever fucking plug this into your phone and everything was just all hunky-dory and you enjoy yourself. I don't fucking care. Maybe you just have extremely low standards. And that's lucky for you, okay? Not all of us can be so fucking lucky. And yeah, I'm a bit pedantic and a bit of an elitist when it comes to amplifying shit. 300 goddamn ohms. Plug it into an amp, okay? Doesn't have to be an extremely powerful amp. Just plug it into something that's not your goddamn laptop or fucking whatever. If you've got one of those fancy-ass new MacBook Pros with the high-end DAC amps, which they actually are, they're pretty nice, this will probably be fine. But just plug them into a goddamn amp. Please do that, okay? These, the real, honest-to-God characteristics really come through once amplified correctly. You can tube these. Technically, they're already sort of a warmy feel. So tubes can, in my experience, they work very well. But again, that's not the most fancy tube amp. So I don't know. The way I understand it, they tube quite well, which makes sense. So you're just compounding onto the already sort of warmish feel and making it a bit more so. And if that's your sound that you enjoy, then awesome, go do that. But interesting thing, no, this is not a review, so to speak. This is the Theo K3. An interesting little thing, and I love this goddamn thing. Because, and this is kind of a testament to not to look at the numbers too hard, because these things give out something like on the unbalanced, something like it's something silly. I think it's like 200 milliwatts, even less, on to 32 ohm. And you'd think that wouldn't work. But with this thing, with this, you'd think, nah, there's no fucking way. You can't plug this into this. Hell yeah, you can. Okay, you fucking turn it on, and right about there. It's high. It's right about there. It starts there, ends there. It would seem a bit high because it maxes out there, but you think you're pushing this thing too far, it's going to start, causing distortion and shit. Fucking no. These things sound awesome with whatever goddamn DAC chip they have in there. This shit sounds awesome. And with a little bit of bass boost, I mean, can't really go wrong there, can you? So, ultimate, just final summation regarding the power, amplify them. I don't care. You don't fucking come to me with it. Shit. Amplify the fucking cans. Conclusion. I finally know what the hubbub is about. I 100% understand why these are as popular as they are. And I really need to get a pair of 5.8Xs because they kind of very much look the same, a bit of a different color scheme. but use a different driver, I need to compare those with these. Like, I really need to, because those are also a pair of very popular cans, also from Drop. So I can't remember which one is more popular, but I do know an amp, Hi-Fi or fucking Theo, made an amp with this fucking thing's name on it. So you gotta imagine like this shit just flew off the fucking Drop shelves. And I don't know if you were ever able to get it from Amazon or whatever, but it's kind of a late-ish review because I'm pretty sure you can't get these new anymore. If you can, awesome, good deal, I guess. If there's something about, I think they're around 250, something around about that. Maybe that's even a bit too much. I don't know. Either way, in comparison to any of the 600s, this is a fucking steal. And if you can get any of these secondhand that doesn't look like shit, these definitely look and feel used, but they're not battered. So, the hi-fi community, people tend to look after their shit. So overall, awesome music cans. And me having that weird anomaly where some gaming sounds sounded quite unnatural, I guess, for my ear. Maybe that's just the correct way, and I didn't fucking know. So, that could just be me. Overall, these are an easy sell. Sometimes, yeah, I guess sometimes the majority fucking is right. Sometimes, just follow the fucking money, follow the numbers, because if I'm sheeple because I like this, then I don't really care, because they're awesome, and it really doesn't matter on whose face you put this, they will like it. That's just me thinking objectively. People will like this. It probably won't explode your brain, but you'll be very happy owning these, and they look like Sennheisers. Let's just be honest. This ear cup is probably the most synonymous with Sennheiser, because it's always been that mid-range level look, and everyone's just like, God damn it, it just looks cool. It's just fucking Sennies, man, Sennies. So yeah, that's my conclusion. Good call. Nice, cool app. Just fix the fucking connector, because screw this thing. 3.5 mil. Why can't it be like most others? Do what fucking Hi-Fiman did with the Sundara and the 400 ACs. Just 3.5 mils in there, and you're done. Fuck this proprietary shit. But that's just me bitching. Anyway, that's it. Next video, blah blah blah.